Hey there again, welcome back to my channel. Understanding intimacy goes beyond just physical connection. It's about tapping into the deeper, emotional and psychological aspects of your partner. In this video, we'll explore 4 key places that women often want their partners to touch, highlighting how these gestures can enhance connection and understanding. We'll also dive into the psychology behind these preferences. Grounded in female psychology and Stoic principles to help you build a more meaningful bond in your relationships. The power of eye contact. Hit that subscribe button if you're ready to level up how you handle relationships and unlock the power of Stoicism in your life. You're in the right place. Every video brings you one step closer to mastering your mindset and building deeper, more impactful connections. Let's get started, all right? Here's the cold, hard truth. Intimacy isn't just about the physical. It goes deeper than that into the realm of trust, connection, and understanding. You might think it's all about touch, but there's a secret weapon that most guys overlook. The power of eye contact, yeah. I'm talking about the kind of eye contact that cuts through the noise, breaks down walls, and creates a deeper connection than you could ever imagine. You've probably felt it before. Those moments where you lock on eyes with her, and the whole world fades away. It's not about staring at her awkwardly like some creep. No, this is different. This is about those brief, silent moments where words aren't needed, and your eyes are doing all the talking. It's that unspoken connection that says more than any line. You could say when your eyes meet hers, it's like an electric current surges between you two. That's the magic of eye contact. It's powerful because it's raw, it's honest, and it can bring you closer than you ever thought possible. But here's the kicker. Eye contact isn't just about sparking desire. It's also about building trust. When you look into her eyes and she sees you're fully present, that's when the real connection happens. She'll know you're not just there physically, but emotionally and mentally too. It's about showing her that she matters, that you're not distracted or lost in your own head. You're with her in that moment, and that's huge. And don't just take my word for it. Science backs this up. Eye contact triggers the release of oxytocin, the hormone responsible for bonding, affection, and trust. So every time you lock eyes with her, you're literally strengthening your bond. It's not just about touching the right spots. It's about creating an emotional connection that runs deep. Now, this is where the Stoic mindset comes into play. The Stoics weren't just about controlling what happens around them. They understood that real power lies in mastering your response to the world. And in intimacy, that means being fully present. When you look at her with purpose, when you're not distracted, when you're not thinking about what comes next, when you're just there with her, that's when you take control of the moment. That's when you show her that you're not just some guy looking for a quick fix, but someone who values the deeper connection. So next time you're with her, don't shy away from eye contact. Hold her gaze with purpose and intensity. Let her feel that you're there, that you see her, that you value her. When you do that, you're not just creating desire, you're creating trust. You're creating a connection that goes beyond the surface. And that's when things really start to change. Eye contact isn't just a tool. The power of in the not-so-obvious places. It's a game changer, and when you start mastering it, you'll notice the difference. Trust me, this is a skill that goes far beyond intimacy. It'll change how you connect with people, how you build relationships, and how you show up in the world. And once you learn to harness that power, you'll be unstoppable. All right, let's talk about something most guys overlook. The power of touching the not-so-obvious places. If you think it's all about the usual spots, the places everyone talks about. You're missing out on a whole new level of connection. Let me hit you with some hard truth. There are spots on a woman's body that, when touched the right way, trigger reactions way more intense than you might think. These hidden areas are where the magic happens. Once you figure this out, you'll unlock a deeper connection that goes far beyond the basics. Imagine I am in this a soft touch at the small of her back, a subtle graze along the nape of her neck, or a gentle press on the inside of her wrist. Surprising, right? But these places are incredibly sensitive, and when you touch them with intense, not just randomly, you're sending her a message, like speaking through your hands. It's not about simply going through the motions. It's about making every move meaningful. Like a silent conversation her body understands. Now think about spots like the back of her knees, her shoulders, her neck, or even her earlobes. These areas may seem small or insignificant, but trust me, they hold immense potential. The secret is in how you touch them. Sometimes the light touch is way more effective than going all in with something firm. Play with pressure and softness, and watch how her body responds in ways you didn't expect her. But here's the kicker. Touching these hidden places isn't just about creating physical pleasure. It's about showing her that you're present and care enough to explore what really makes her feel good. These spots connect directly to her pleasure system, and when you get it right, you'll spark something far beyond the surface. And once you do, her body will thank you. No words necessary, let's get real. This isn't about playing games. This is about connecting on a deeper level. It's about seeing past the surface level interactions. Most guys fall into and actually engaging with her in a way that builds intimacy and trust when you explore these unexpected spots. You're not just touching her skin, you're touching her emotions. And that's what separates those who get by from those who make a lasting impact. And here's another powerful tip. Her hair, it might sound simple, but running your fingers through her hair, playing with it, or even gently stroking it can feel incredibly intimate. A small gesture like this goes beyond just physical. It communicates care and emotional connection. It's soothing, comforting, and shows her that you're present and tuned into her. So here's the takeaway next time you're close to her. Don't just go for the usual spots. Slow down, take your time, and explore these less obvious areas. Pay attention to how her body reacts. And when you feel that, mastering the art of what you say and how you say it response. Lean into it. It's not about rushing or checking boxes. It's about making every touch count. Trust me, when you start paying attention to these subtle spots, you'll create a level of intimacy she won't forget. Now let's bring in some Stoic wisdom. The Stoics are of the power of being present, of focusing on the moment and controlling what you can. In the realm of intimacy, that means being fully present, not rushing through the physical to get to the end goal. It's about understanding the impact of every touch, every moment, and how you respond to it. When you do this, you'll see that the deepest connections aren't built through force. They're built through patience, presence, and understanding. So next time you're with her, remember, it's not just about the OB virus places. It's about the little things, the areas no one talks about, and the power of being fully present with her. Because when you do, you build a connection that's not just physical. It's emotional, real, and unforgettable. All right, let's get real for a second and dive into number 3. Mastering the art of what you say, and more importantly, how you say it. Most guys overlook this, but trust me, it's a game changer. You think physical touch is the key. Sure, it's important, but your voice, that's the real weapon. The power of words spoken with intention can create a spark you didn't even know was possible. Think about this, the ear. Most guys don't even consider it. But let me tell you, it's ridiculously sensitive. The right words whispered at the right time, in the right tone, can have a profound effect. A lot of men get lost in the obvious stuff, relying on looks or what's supposed to work. But let me tell you, tone and intent are what really set you apart. Words aren't just words, they're tools, and when you use them wisely, they're lethal. Whisper something in her ear when you're close, that deep, soft tone near her ear. It's not just a sound. It's an experience. It can send chills down her spine, make her pulse quick and make her crave more. But here's the truth. What you say is just as important as how you say it. If you want to build that intense connection, you've got to choose your words carefully. No nonsense. No flattery for the sake of flattery. Real words coming from a place of authenticity. Tell her how stunning she looks. Sure, but make it personal. Tell her what you love about her, what drives you wild. But it's not all about compliments. Anticipation is key. Ever noticed how teasing or hinting at what's coming next can make her hang on to every word? It's a powerful tactic. You're not just talking. You're painting a picture in her mind, slowly building that tension, that desire she is waiting to experience what's next. And it all starts with you. Now, let's talk about pace. Slow it down. Sometimes speak like you're sharing a secret, only for her to hear that soft, intimate tone. It hits different. But don't be afraid to switch it up. Get a little firmer, a little bolder, but keep it warm. Every shift in your voice has the power to keep her fully engaged, heightening her senses in ways words alone can't explain. It's the subtle why that matters. Combine that with a touch, maybe brushing her neck or placing your hand on her back. And you've got intensity. Here's the cold truth, something you need to understand: words. Gentle touches that speak louder than words can disarm. The grand gestures are nice, but it's those quiet, intimate moments, the whispers that make her feel truly seen, truly desired, that she'll remember. Those moments stick with her far longer than anything else. This isn't about playing the game. This is about being real and intentional. And here's where the Stoic philosophy ties in. The Stoics believed in control. The control over your thoughts, your actions, and the impact you have on others. But it's not just about controlling what you say, it's about delivering it with purpose. Your words can either bring peace or chaos, connection or distance. You have the power to create something real, but it requires being fully present, mastering your emotion, and using that control to build genuine rapport. So the next time you're close to her, don't just rely on physical touch. Speak with purpose. Use your voice to create meaning, to set the tone, to build desire. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how much you say, it's about what you say and how you make her feel when you do. And that's a power no one can ignore or write. Quick question for you before we dive back in. What's your favorite way to create a deep connection with a woman? I'd love for you to drop a comment below and share your thoughts. Or if you're not sure what to say, just type, "This connection is built in the little moment." Seriously, hearing your perspective makes these conversations so much more meaningful, and it helps this video reach even more men who could benefit from it. So go ahead, take a second to comment. I'm excited to read what you have to say. Now let's keep going, because the best part is still ahead. Number 4, gentle touches that speak louder than words. Let's talk about your hands. They're not just there to touch. They're there to communicate. Forget about speed or force. The power lies in intent and precision. It's about quality, not quantity. Imagine this: every touch is a brushstroke on a canvas. And her body is the masterpiece, her soft graze along her back, a slow trace down her abdomen, or a light touch on her thighs can create a connection deeper than just physical touch. Variety is key. Experiment with pressure, speed and temperature. Glide your fingertips across her skin or press the small of her back. These subtle gestures speak volumes. Her neck, that's your golden zone. A caress behind her neck or a stroke along her collarbone sends waves of sensation she won't expect. The key: surprise and intimacy. You're showing her something different. It's not just what you do, it's how you do it. A slow, deliberate touch, combined with the right pressure, creates a memorable experience. Timing is everything. Now let's bring in Stoicism. The Stoics taught to act with purpose and be fully present. Not reacting impulsively, your touch should reflect that mindset. Intentional control and purposeful. Don't brush it, be present. So slow down, let your hands speak. When you're fully attuned, the gentle touch will mean more than anything grand. The question is, will you embrace it? Unbreakable, the true power behind pleasure. All right, if you're still here, you're the type of man who doesn't settle for mediocrity. You're here because you want more than just surface-level pleasure, more than just the next cheap thrill. You're after wisdom, depth, and true connection. That's what separates the true power of the mind in intimacy. The boys from the men, so let's get into it. The real power behind pleasure. Most guys think pleasure is all about the body, the hands, the touch, the moves. But let me tell you something brutal. The brain is the real heavyweight. Your mind is the most powerful superorgan. It processes every sensation, every touch, every word. You could be a master of technique, but if you're not engaging her mind, you're missing the point. Desire, pleasure, satisfaction. All of it begins in the mind. It's your brain that decides what feels good, what excites her and what makes her crave more. So stop focusing only on her body. If you want to elevate this, you need to connect with her mind first. And here's the catch: this is where you step into real power. Conversation, yeah. I said it, a good conversation is your secret weapon. Before anything physical goes down, take the time to understand what she likes. What makes her tick? What turns her on? Ask her about her fantasies. Create a safe space for her to express herself. The more you get her comfortable with you mentally, the easier it is to unlock her physically. You're not just looking for sex. You're looking to create an experience that excites every part of her. And it doesn't stop there. Mental games can be a game changer. As her suggestive messages before you even lay a hand on her. Drop hints about what's to come. Anticipation is one of the most potent forces of attraction. You want her to be on edge, craving the moment before it even begins. Let me drop a piece of wisdom can be said. Who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakens. The most intense pleasure does come from fancy moves. It comes from the emotional and psychological connection you create. This is where real power lies. In understanding her on a deeper level. Now don't forget that pleasure isn't just physical. The mind responds to more than just touch. Visuals and sound matter set the stage. Soft lighting, music that matches the vibe. These details aren't fluff. They engage her senses, making everything feel more intimate, more real, and here's where Stoicism comes in. The Stoics didn't just teach control over what you can and can't control. They taught about presence and understanding. When you're present with your partner emotionally and mentally, you're in control of the experience, making it powerful and fulfilling on every level. So remember, when you connect with her mind, when you understand her desires before touching her, you're not just elevating the moment, you're transforming it. When you master the art of both physical and mental connection, you're not just having your care creating an unforgettable experience. So here's your bonus. A quick reminder. Let me drop something crucial here, brother. Never underestimate the power of the mind when it comes to pleasure. The truth, it's the mental and emotional connection that adds the depth, the real weight to everything else. Sure, knowing all the right moves is cool, but it's how you make her feel that turns the game on its head. That's the real aphrodisiac. Now let's bring it all together. Intimacy isn't just about what you're in. In conclusion, understanding the key areas where she wants to be touched. In intimacy goes beyond just physical attraction. It's about emotional connection, trust and psychological awareness.